Are you wasting your time learning MySQL in 2020? Well, you reached the right video. Let me explain. This video was brought to you by DigiLink Academy, your #1 source to learn how to make money programming and get that six-figure salary you desire. Our academy have a wide range of courses, including 3K in 30 days, our mentorship membership program, and much, much more. When you sign up for our free community, you get access to our membership community with like-minded professionals who's going to help take your career to the next level. So let's take the first step to get started and really take your career to the next level with our 7-step money guide today. So let's go ahead and click the link below to sign up for our free 7-step guide to help you get your career started today. So you're trying to determine if you want to learn MySQL, and you're really trying to put yourself in a position so that you can get that six-figure salary learning MySQL, but you want to know, hey, am I going to get rewarded at the end of this? Am I wasting my time? And I want to give you guys some context on this. So guys, I made some quick points here. I want to make sure I cover them, but I want to tell you a quick story about my particular situation so it'll resonate with you guys. If you guys haven't already know, my start in programming started on the database side with SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server, and I started writing reports and then store procedures and then functions and start passing data alongside of the core application, the controller, and end up doing a lot of front-end work after that. So I started off on the database layer, got exposed to the back end, and eventually got to the front end. But a lot of you guys like that path, but you focus on the MySQL side of things, which MySQL is a really great platform. I've used it for years and it's very reliable, especially after technology advances. But at the end of the day, guys, you have to figure out where the value is in a particular programming language. MySQL is very good in a lot of situations, but it's crap in other situations. But I would say for a long time, it has this wrap of small projects with MySQL and a lot of web-based application. It really didn't scale in an enterprise solution, or at least this was the perception for a long time. But guys, Oracle is really getting it and making it an enterprise solution so that it could scale, or the perception of it is it could scale. It always could scale in the past. It's just a matter of really doubling down on the technology. But with technology going in the direction it is really in a position to win. So at this point, you got a lot of applications that are leveraging MySQL from a web perspective. Even in a non-web situation, if you got some data to store, you don't want to go through the Microsoft world with MySQL and or with MS SQL and all that. You got options there, guys. So at the end of the day, should you learn MySQL in 2020? The answer is yes, guys, you should learn it. Is it gonna be as easy as Python and JavaScript and a lot of the sexy front-end languages? Probably not, because at the end of the day, guys, you can, with JavaScript or PHP or any front-end languages, that you can really visually actually see the output on the screen. In a lot of cases you can with MySQL, but you have to go through an extra hoop or two to be able to display that information to the end user, you know. And as a database developer myself, I always recommend you guys to start with reporting and then start to learn how to update existing data via the application, and then start to work with adding new data. And then once you get comfortable with the other three, then you can start removing data, or at least at the very minimum flagging it as hide from the application so that it could, you don't necessarily delete it, but the application can't see that particular data. And that's the way I teach in my 7-step guide. But at the end of the day, guys, you have to find a way of learning that works right for you guys. So it's always better to walk before you crawl. That's my #2 point. And just start with the selects, guys. Start with selects. I've done a ton of projects without updating or modifying anything. I just created a store procedure that's gonna pass pass data to an application or pass data to a report, and then kind of go from there. A lot of you guys get caught up in, hey, I got to learn everything fast because I'm not technically a developer unless I know everything about a particular programming language, or in this case, a MySQL language. That's not the case, guys. You can come in day one providing a ton of value in the reporting, the alerting, the displaying of certain data at the right time, just by doing select statements, guys. I would probably say my first year and a half, I didn't do an update statement to a particular data set because I relied on the application to do all the data updates. I just had to display data at the right time, send alerts, really notify the end user, or it's a lot of value being able to display data at the right time and actionable time where they can take action and really put them into position to be successful, guys. So it's so important that you guys get that, grasp that concept, and then obviously you can get into the inserts and delete and new records as your comfort level gets better, guys. But at the end of the day, you have to be hungry and find those projects that you can leverage with MySQL. Do not, and I repeat, do not go in a company that leverages MS SQL or any other Oracle database that's not MySQL and start inputting MySQL databases in there, guys, unless there's a project that makes sense to everybody's in agreement with it, and it really gonna benefit the client. A lot of you guys think, hey, I learned one programming language, I learned MySQL, and I'm gonna apply that to every project that I do, which is not a good strategy, guys. Every company has a web stack or software stack currently in place already. We're in 2020, unless you're dealing with a brand new startup, they have existing legacy systems. You gotta determine, are they happy with those legacy systems, with their roadmap to upgrading those systems or going to a new stack? And then whatever that roadmap is, if MySQL's in that particular roadmap, then great, then you can start inserting it. But if not, then you got to see what program or database language they currently have, and then you leverage that. The good news is SQL database syntax is pretty, if you know one, you can learn the other one pretty quickly. So if you know MySQL, you can learn MS SQL pretty fast. The concepts are good. The work is going to be learning a company's data model. What is the major elements that they need to know as far as just where the data is stored, how it links with multiple tables, how it links with different areas, different departments, what they want to see from an accounting standpoint, from an HR, from a business, resource planning, recruiting, HR. It's a lot of different data points, data stores, data sets that you have to know the model and be provide that relevant data at the right time, guys. So a lot of moving pieces, but at the end of the day, I want you to step back and first of all say, yes, you made the right choice learning MySQL. So let's get started. Any tutorial that you got, spend the next 2 weeks learning the syntax of MySQL, doing you some projects, doing some select statements, some training projects, and I want you in 2 weeks to be able to get yourself ready for small gigs using MySQL, maybe a report, maybe storing some data that they currently have in a physical location. You want to be able to store that data. Preferably, if you can automate as much of it as possible, that'd be great. But if you have a form that they have to put that information in that is ready for them, that's just as good too, guys. So at the end of the day, you have to learn, you have to start from somewhere, and then you got to take that knowledge and know where to apply it at the right time and do what's best for the client in the short term and the long term, guys. So I want to make sure I hit all these points correctly. I covered everything here, and the good news is, guys, I'm gonna have more of this type of content coming up as far as just which programming language to learn. But the difference between me and what everybody else thinks, in my 7-step guide below, if you haven't already signed up for it, I have premium courses down there that's It's going to be a mentorship program also. You're going to have premium courses if you already sign up for my 7-step guide that's going to help you identify your current skill set, what you need to learn, and how you get that first job or gig, and then really take your career to the next level with a custom roadmap specifically for you. So links are below to all that. Go ahead, check that out, support the channel. And we're going to make sure we come up with a specific roadmap for you, even if you're not ready to take all the action and go from end to end right now. We can just at least put it on the table so that you can be aware of it. You have your plan ready, so whenever you're ready to execute, it's already right there, guys. So like, subscribe to the content, guys. Do you agree with me? Comment below. If you disagree with me, comment below and let's start a conversation so that we can make sure we're on the same page, find that right roadmap for you, really put you in a position to win at MySQL. So guys, like, subscribe to the content. Again, I got my link to my 7-step guide here, so go ahead and sign up for it. It's free, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.